Abandoned buildings are often dismissed as empty shells, forgotten places left behind by time. But sometimes they're anything but empty. In this video, we're breaking down some of the most disturbing abandoned building encounters ever caught on camera. Moments where explorers walked into places they never should have and barely made it out. If you're someone who gets disturbed easily, this might not be the video for you, and that's okay. But for everyone else, let's dive straight into our first case. Chris runs a channel focused on urban exploration, abandoned hospitals, forgotten factories, places most people would never step foot in. He's used to strange environments, used to silence, used to shadows. But this location, an old Masonic temple in Cleveland, Ohio, would test him in ways he didn't expect. The building itself dates back to 1917. For decades, it served as a meeting place for Freemasons, a fraternal organization known for its secrecy, symbolism, and long controversial history. While members describe it as a society centered on morality and service, its closed-door rituals have fueled suspicion for generations. Religious condemnation, conspiracy theories, and public distrust have followed Freemasonry for over a century. This particular temple was used for more than 50 years before being abandoned in 1969. Since then, the structure has decayed and earned a reputation. Locals now consider it one of the most haunted buildings in the city, a place tied to unexplained sightings and unsettling encounters. Chris chose to enter it alone and at night. Early into the exploration, things already felt off. Deep inside the building, he noticed signs that someone may have been there recently. Fresh disturbances, subtle clues, yet the halls were silent. No footsteps, no voices, nothing. Then, without warning, something changed.
Wonder who wrote that. Something touched me, I swear to God. I swear to God, I feel like something just touched my back. I don't know if it was my book bag flopped on my back or what. It scared the fuck out of me, I swear to God. Door just closed. My fucking gun. What the fuck? Hell no.
As Chris moved through a hallway, he suddenly froze. He felt what he described as a hand gripping his shoulder from behind. Not a brush, not a bump, a grab. He spun around instantly. There was no one there, no movement, no sound, no explanation. He tried to rationalize it. Maybe his backpack shifted, maybe nerves were getting to him, but the fear in his voice said otherwise. Whatever touched him didn't make sense. Still, he pushed on. That decision led to the moment that truly broke the calm. As Chris descended a stairwell, a door nearby violently slammed shut. Not creaked, not drifted, slammed, with enough force to echo through the building. Chris rushed toward it, adrenaline taking over. He opened the door and stepped inside, expecting to find something. Anyone. Anything. The room was empty. No wind, no broken hinges, no explanation for how the door could have moved on its own. Shaken, he backed out quickly and left the door open as he continued deeper into the building. But the unease didn't fade. From below, strange noises echoed up from the basement. Chris hesitated, clearly torn between leaving and trying to understand what had just happened. Eventually, curiosity won out. Before heading down, he decided to return to the room with the door. That's when it got worse.
What the fuck? Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. I cannot believe that just happened. This is crazy. That could have happened. I do not remember closing this door. Hold up. Shit, when I left this, did I close this door? Fuck, I cannot remember. See, this is getting creepy, man. For real. I can't even open the door. What the hell? Hello? This is really weird. It's closed again. Maybe it is the wind. Closing it.
The door, the same one he distinctly remembered leaving open, was now closed. When he tried to open it, it wouldn't budge. Confusion turned into fear. He questioned himself. Had he closed it without realizing? Had the stress altered his memory? But the more he thought about it, the less it made sense. He was certain he hadn't touched it. At that point, Chris didn't stay much longer. Whatever was happening inside the temple, he had no desire to push it further. He exited the building and ended the exploration. But the story didn't end there. Later, while reviewing the footage back at home, Chris noticed something he hadn't seen in the moment. Just before the door slams in the stairwell, a pale figure appears briefly in the doorway. Tall, still, with what looks like long, light-colored hair. It watches silently as Chris walks away. Moments later, the door slams shut. When Chris enters the room seconds after that, the figure is gone. What makes this detail especially unsettling is that the footage appears uncut. No edits, no missing frames. The figure doesn't move out of view. It simply isn't there anymore. Whether this was something paranormal, a trick of lighting, or an illusion created by fear is still up for debate. No official explanation has ever confirmed or disproved what appears in the video. In the end, all we have is the footage and the unanswered question it leaves behind. Did Chris stumble into something unexplainable that night? Or did the abandoned temple simply let his fear do the rest? That part is up to you to decide. Before we move on to the next case, if you're enjoying these deep dives into the most disturbing abandoned places ever caught on camera, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Videos like these take time to research, write, and piece together, and your support helps keep them coming. So if you want more real footage, real encounters, and stories that blur the line between fear and reality, hit subscribe now and let's continue. In the summer of 2016, an urban explorer known online as Yusuf uploaded a video that would later be described as one of the most terrifying mistakes of his channel. The video followed Yusuf and a friend as they entered an abandoned school somewhere in the United States, a building that had been left to rot since 1973. Decades of neglect had turned it into something far worse than just a ruin. Locals whispered about violence in the area, shootings, assaults, people who went inside and never came back the same. On top of that, the school had earned a reputation for something harder to explain: paranormal encounters, unexplained sounds, shadowy figures roaming the halls at night. Despite all of this, the two explorers chose to enter after dark. Almost immediately, the walls told a story. The hallways were covered in disturbing graffiti, desperate messages asking for help, strange names scrawled over and over, and symbols that felt deliberately sinister. It didn't look like vandalism for fun. It looked like someone unraveling. Near one of the windows, they found spent bullets scattered across the floor. Nearby sat a heavy rock, darkened with stains that looked disturbingly close to dried blood. As they climbed to the upper floors, the evidence became harder to ignore. Food wrappers, bottles, signs that someone had been living inside the building recently. Still, they convinced themselves they were alone. That confidence didn't last long.
Sounded like you came through here. Guys, it sounded like they were screaming. How do you physically break this? Can you guys see this? It's like it's been broken. Like, how do you break? Hello? It's just an explorer, man. Hello? Are you an explorer? Let's talk to him, he's not gonna fucking kill us.
He obviously does not want us here.
Hello?
Doesn't look like this.
Actually, don't go any more.
While walking down the main hallway, a sound echoed from the far end. A harsh scraping noise, like metal being dragged slowly across concrete. It wasn't random. It was controlled, intentional. They froze. When they finally worked up the courage to investigate, they found nothing. No pipe, no person, just more bullets on the floor. That's when fear fully set in. Deciding they had pushed their luck far enough, the two began heading downstairs. Halfway down, another sound stopped them cold. Footsteps. Heavy, close, coming toward them. Out of the darkness, a man dressed entirely in black appeared. He moved quickly from one room to another, never once looking at them. The explorers, shaken but hopeful, called out, assuming he might be another urban explorer. He didn't respond. Instead, a gunshot rang out. Panic took over instantly. The realization hit them at the same time. This was not another explorer. Without hesitation, they turned and ran, sprinting out of the school and back to their car. The man never chased them. He never fired directly at them again. But the message was clear. Later, viewers theorized that the man had been living inside the school, possibly homeless, possibly protecting the space as his own. First, he tried to scare them away with noise. When that failed, he escalated. Fortunately, Yusuf and his friend escaped without injury. Others, the internet would later point out, haven't been so lucky.